Hi, my name is Chelsea. This is Zenith Fitness Co. In this video, I'll be taking you through a restorative yoga practice as well as doing some heart meditation. So we'll be bringing a lot of our awareness to the heart chakra. We call that anahata. So this will be a heart opening practice. We'll focus on love, empathy, compassion. And when we think of the heart chakra, we think of air as an element and then as a color green. So see if we can envision air, green, love, compassion as we go throughout the practice. So we'll start in a standing position. And you'll notice here that I'll be up in the corner guiding you, and then you can just follow along on the screen with a demonstration of the poses. So starting in mountain pose, standing up nice and tall, we want to root down through the feet. So place the feet about hips width apart. So the feet should fall right underneath the hips. And then rooting down the feet, maybe it feels nice to sway side to side a little bit as you settle in and balance on all four corners of the feet. We'll take the shoulders down and back and feeling just some dynamic tension between the feet, feeling connected to the earth, rooting to the ground, keeping the knees just slightly bent here. And then the core engaged, so we can think about drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Head is nice and tall, so we may lift the crown of the head just a little bit taller here. And then really thinking about opening up the heart already. So spreading the collarbones wide, opening up the space that holds our heart. Now notice the space that surrounds the heart. If it helps, you can take the eyes closed or a soft gaze. And we'll start to tune into the breath here. So again, noticing that space that surrounds the heart. Notice the space rise and fall with the breath. We'll take a few deep breaths here. And then if we have the eyes closed, we'll blink the eyes open to a soft gaze. We're rotating the palms to face forward, and we'll just do some shoulder rolls, rolling and looping the shoulders back. So connecting the breath to the movement, inhaling to draw the shoulders up, exhaling to release the shoulders down and back. Let's go ahead and do one more. And then we'll keep the shoulders down and back, and we're gonna move to a chest expansion. So we'll take the arms behind us, rotating the palms to face in. We can just straighten into the arms here, lifting the chest, or if you're able to, maybe clasping the hands, pressing the palms together, and then straightening into the arms for that chest expansion. So we'll lift the gaze a little bit, but keep the chin tucked low. So we just don't want any crease in the back of the neck as we take our next breath, really filling the lungs, expanding across the chest. And then exhaling, releasing the clasp, drawing the arms back in front of us. So we're gonna step one foot back into a warrior one. We can keep a nice short stance here. So just stepping one foot back, planting that foot down. So grounding down the back edge, outer edge of that back foot. The front leg, knee and toes will point straight ahead. And we can reach the arms up overhead for that warrior one. Relaxing the shoulders down. Lifting the chest just a little higher here as we take our next breath. And relaxing the arms down by the sides, stepping the feet together. and then stepping the other foot back into that warrior one stance. On this side, we have the option to reach those arms up overhead again, or if we feel comfortable, move into our chest expansion in our warrior one stance. So clasping the hands behind the back or keeping the hands separated and rotating the palms to face in towards each other. Straightening into the arms, lifting the chest, taking just a little deeper bend in that front leg. And an easy breath here. If we're in that chest expansion, releasing the clasp, bringing those arms back forward and stepping the feet together. So we're gonna make our way down to the floor for camel pose. So however you'd like to make your way down to the floor, we're gonna be on the knees. So if you need to add some extra cushion underneath the knees, take a moment to grab your blanket or fold over your mat a couple times. Just make sure that the knees are going to be comfortable, and then we'll make sure that we're aligning the knees underneath our hip points. Tops of the feet are on the floor, so we're sitting up nice and tall. We're taking our hands to our low back as if we were going to put our hands in our back jean pockets. And then we'll start to draw the elbows close together, lifting the chest a little higher, taking our gaze up to that place where our wall and ceiling meet, lifting the heart. If it's in our practice, we can take our hands down to the ankles, only if that feels safe and comfortable today. Shining our heart open towards the sky as we take that next breath. And as we take our next exhale, bringing those hands back up to the low back and using our strong core to come back up to that neutral position. All right, great job. So now we're gonna come down to the belly. We're either gonna take cobra or up dog. So we lay down on the belly, thighs to the floor, tops of the feet resting on the floor. Our hands coming underneath the shoulders. And then just slide them down a little bit closer to the ribs. We'll roll the shoulders down and back, and using the strength of our back, we're peeling our chest away from the floor. We can keep the elbows bent for a cobra pose, or if it's in our practice, we can press up to upward facing dog, pressing straight into the arms, lifting those thighs off the floor, tops of the feet pressing strong into the floor. Feeling the shoulders relaxing down as we lift the heart a little higher. And then releasing all the way down to the belly. So we'll take the arms down by the sides. We're gonna do locust pose next. So reach the arms down by the sides, palms facing up towards the sky. We relax the shoulders down, and we're gonna lift the chest using the strength of the low back. Maybe the legs lift up too. Zip up the legs so that the feet are together, thighs together, lifting, extending from our core in both directions. As we shine the heart forward more, reaching through the crown of the head, taking a breath, and then relaxing down to the floor. So if you want to rest the forehead down, let's stack the hands, palms facing down, and then resting the forehead right on top of those hands. So next up, we are gonna do a bow pose. So we will lift our gaze. We're gonna reach our arms back down by the sides again. We're kicking the heels up towards the glutes. And then as we reach those arms down by the sides, seeing if we can grab onto the ankles. If we can grab the ankles, let's make sure we're drawing the legs together. So we want the thighs zipped up, thighs together. And then as you're ready, lifting that chest. And as we lift the chest, kicking the ankles back, lifting towards the sky, pressing the ankles into the hands and the hands into the ankles, taking a breath. And then gently releasing that clasp on the elbows, maybe coming back down, bringing our forehead to those hands, planting those palms down underneath the forehead. And just taking a breath here. All right, so as we're ready, we'll come up to a seated position. So we're coming to staff pose. So both legs extended out long. Knees and toes pointing out towards the sky. And then we're taking our hands to the floor, right on the sides of our hips, or even a little bit behind the hips. Planting the palms down, spreading the fingertips wide, making sure that the fingertips are pointing towards our feet. And then we're gonna press up to either reverse plank or reverse tabletop. So we can either keep the legs straight as we lift the hips, or if we need this to be just a little bit easier, bending the legs and pressing those hips up. So either pressing up to reverse plank or reverse tabletop, lifting our pelvis towards the sky. Taking an easy breath, and then gently releasing those hips down to the floor. Okay, we have one more pose before we go into our final resting pose. So we're gonna do a bridge. We can go ahead and lay all the way down on our backs. We want the feet to be hips width apart. And then if you reach down for the heels, you should just gently be able to touch the heels with your fingertips. And then we can take the arms down by the sides for support. As we're ready, lifting the hips up towards the sky, expanding across the chest, and lifting the sternum higher on the inhale. Now you have the option to stay here with the hands down by the sides, or maybe clasping the hands underneath us back to that chest expansion. As we're ready, releasing that clasp, releasing the hands to the sides, and releasing the hips down to the floor. We're just gonna move to reclined butterfly. So we take bottoms of the feet together, continue laying down on the back in this supine position, allowing the knees to fall out wide. And then option to take one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest. So placing that hand right above the heart. Option to take the eyes closed. Noticing that breath meeting our hands. And drawing our attention to our heart. Moving our breath there. Allowing it to expand. Creating space for growth and expansion. Allowing the heart to converse with the body. Resting and restoring. Feeling the heart's energy radiating out in all directions. Taking another breath here. And exhaling, letting it go, releasing those hands down by the sides. We'll use the hands to guide the knees back together. Rolling over onto one side. Cradling the head in the arm. Just taking a moment here to transition back to the day, back to your space on the mat. As you're ready, using the strength of the arms to press up to an easy seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. You can either rest the hands on the knees or press the hands together at heart center. Feeling that heart opening up towards the hands. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining for this heart opening practice. If you liked this video, you can subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos like it. Please feel free to leave a comment, ask any questions that you may have. My name is Chelsea. This is Zenith Fitness Co. And I'll see you in the next video.